Republic of Sudan is a country located in northeastern Africa. The name Sudan derived from the Arabic expression Bilad al-Sudan, which means the land of the blacks, by which medieval Arab geographers called the settled African countries that began at the southern edge of the Sahara. The 20th century saw the growth of Sudanese nationalism, and in 1953, Egypt and Britain granted Sudan self-government. Independence was proclaimed on January 1, 1956. Sudan has a total land area of about 1,886,068 square kilometers, making it Africa's third largest country by area and the third largest by area in Arab League. The capital is Khartoum, and it's the center of Sudan. The most populated city is Omdurman. Sudan is bounded on the north by Egypt, on the east by the Red Sea, Eritrea, and Ethiopia, on the south by South Sudan, on the west by Central African Republic and Chad, and on the northwest by Libya. Sudan has a population of 44.91 million people as of 2021. According to the Worldometer, Sudan is the 10th most populous country in Africa and the 34th in the world. Arabic and English are official working languages of the country. The Arab population is estimated at 70% of the national total. They are almost entirely Muslims. The two largest are the Jalani and the Juhana. The Jalani encompasses the sedentary agriculturalists along the middle line from Dongola south to Khartoum. The Juhana, by contrast, consist of nomadic tribes with camels or cattle on the semi-arid plains of western, central, and eastern Sudan. The capital, Khartoum, is also home to non-Muslim populations. The best-loved dish in Sudan is a rich meat stew known as mullah, which is flavored with plenty of onion and garlic, peanut butter, and tomato. There are also chickpea fritters, which are same as falafel, but in Sudan they are known as tamaya, as well as dried fruits such as dates and apricots. Typical drinks in Sudan are diluted tamarind-flavored drinks and red hibiscus tea. Sudan has a rich and unique musical culture that has been through chronic instability and repression during the modern history of Sudan. A type of music called al-ghalib uses a musical instrument called the tambour, is made from wood and makes music accompanied by the voices of human applause and singing artists. Sudan is one of the poorest and least developed countries in the world, with agriculture employing 80% of the workforce and contributes a third of the GDP. Sudan is ranked 47th among 47 countries in sub-Saharan African region. The irrigation farming is primarily in the north of the country, along the banks of the Nile and other rivers. Cotton is the primary export crop, and Sudan is the world's third largest producer of sesame after India and China. The oil sector accounts for between 70% to 90% of Sudan's total exports and are driving much of Sudan's GDP growth since 1999. Sudan is one of the richest African countries in terms of archaeological sites. Ruins of the ancient kingdoms of Kush are found at Gebel Bakal and associated sites in the Nile Valley, alongside the archaeological sites of Meru, were collectively designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 2003. Sudan has had an unstable democracy since independence. After the independence, Ismail al-Hazari was elected first prime minister and led the first modern Sudanese government. On 25 May 1969, Colonel Gafar Nimeri led a coup and became prime minister. He was overthrown by Colonel Omar al-Bashir, who led a bloodless military coup on 30th June 1989. Sudan experienced a 30-year-long military dictatorship under Omar al-Bashir. Protests erupted in 2018 demanding Bashar's resignation, which resulted in a coup d'etat on 11 April 2019. The former Prime Minister, Abdallah Hamdok, a 61-year-old economist who worked previously for the UN Economic Commission for Africa, was sworn in on 21 August. On January 2, 2022, Hamdok announced his resignation from the position of Prime Minister following one of the deadliest protests. Since independence, Sudan has been ruled by a series of unstable paramilitary governments and military regimes.